Hi, I'm Dr. Caldwell. I've spent over 30 years helping men just like you deal with one of the most frustrating, personal, and often embarrassing issues that comes with aging, urinary problems. I know what it's like. The fear of going out because you're not sure where the next bathroom is. Planning every single trip around rest stops. Waking up 3, 4, even 5 times a night, exhausted, but unable to sleep because your bladder won't give you peace. And that nagging sense, every time you pee, that you're not really empty. That something's still left behind. It chips away at your confidence. It makes you feel less in control of your own body. Some of my patients have even told me they felt ashamed, like something was wrong with them. If you felt that way, I want you to hear me clearly. You are not alone. And more importantly, this is not your fault. But what if I told you the solution to your weak stream, your constant urges, your sleepless nights, might actually come down to one critical mistake that almost every man is unknowingly making? Let me explain by sharing a few stories. John, 67 years old. He used to drive cross-country to visit his grandkids in Montana. But over the last couple of years, he stopped. Not because he didn't want to see them, but because he couldn't make it more than 30 minutes without having to pull over and pee. He told me, "Doc, I feel like a prisoner to my own bladder." Now, John was doing all the usual things. Drinking less water at night, cutting out caffeine, even wearing pads just in case. But none of it helped. That's when I asked him a question no other doctor had ever asked. "What do you eat for breakfast?" He looked at me like I was crazy. But I wasn't, because here's what most men don't know. There are certain foods we eat every day that silently work against our prostate and our bladder. In John's case, it was processed breakfast sausage, high in nitrates, preservatives, and sodium. These compounds increase inflammation in the prostate, which swells up and presses against the urethra, the tiny tube your urine passes through. That pressure? That's part of what's choking your stream. I had John switch to a high-fiber oatmeal with pumpkin seeds. Why pumpkin seeds? They're packed with zinc and phytosterol's natural compounds shown to support prostate health. Within weeks, John told me, "Doc, I made it to Billings without stopping once." I cried. Then there's Peter, 72, a proud Navy vet. He came to me complaining that he could feel the urge, but when he got to the toilet, it would take forever for anything to come out. A weak trickle, then nothing. He'd strain, wait, and sometimes just give up. For Peter, the culprit was something hidden in his daily salad. Canned tomatoes. Seems harmless, right? But the lining of canned foods often contains BPA, a chemical that messes with hormones and ramps up prostate inflammation. We swapped those out for fresh tomatoes. Added some grilled salmon rich in omega-3 south. And here's the key. I had him drink a glass of pomegranate juice twice a week. Why? Because pomegranate helps support healthy blood flow to the lower pelvis, improving nutrient delivery. 2 months later, Peter said, "I'm not stuck in the bathroom for 20 minutes anymore. It's smooth. It's strong. It's fast. I feel normal again." Now, before I go on, I want to be clear. These changes helped a lot, but they didn't fix everything. And that's what brings me to the most important part of all this. Because I started to notice a strange pattern. No matter how many great foods I recommended, or how many inflammatory ones we removed, many of my patients still hit a wall. They felt better, but not whole. Their flow was stronger, but not effortless. They were sleeping better, but still waking up once or twice. So I started digging deeper. And what I found shocked me. There was something blocking their recovery. A hidden villain I came to call the prostate strangler. This strangler isn't a muscle or a growth. It's a process where inflammation creates swelling. It chokes off something much more important than urine. It cuts off the circulation. the blood flow your prostate needs to absorb the nutrients you're feeding it. Imagine trying to water a tree, but the hose is kinked. You can pour as much water as you want, but if the hose is pinched, nothing gets through. That's what's happening inside your body. You're eating the right foods, maybe even exercising, but if the circulation is blocked, your prostate cells can't receive the support they need. That's why I developed a simple yet powerful solution. A natural protocol that focuses not just on shrinking inflammation, but on restoring blood flow. A system to unkink the hose, if you will, and finally deliver those vital nutrients right where they're needed most. Now, this isn't some trendy supplement or miracle pill. It's a protocol based on real clinical principles designed to restore the delivery system inside your body. Because without delivery, no nutrient can do its job. No herb, no vitamin, no mineral matters if it can't reach the cells it's meant to help. That's what happened with my patient, Paul, 69, retired teacher, diabetic. He did everything right, ate all the right foods, took the supplements his friends swore by, even lost some weight. But still, he was getting up 4 times a night. His wife started sleeping in the guest room. So I introduced him to this new protocol. Not a medication, not surgery, just a unique combination of blood flow activators, some nutritional, some herbal, all targeted at the lower pelvic region. The result? Within 30 days, Paul said something I'll never forget. "Doc, I slept through the night. First time in 6 years." Now, these results aren't rare. I've seen this happen over and over again once we focus not just on the symptoms, but on the actual delivery system, the bloodstream. When we release the prostate strangler, we allow the prostate to finally get what it needs to heal, regenerate, and function properly. This protocol works by combining several key nutrients that work in synergy to support circulation. That includes compounds that open up blood vessels, relax the smooth muscle tissue around the prostate, and fight back against the chronic inflammation that keeps squeezing that vital pathway. Now, I know this might sound like a lot, and that's why I've put together a completely free, no-obligation presentation that walks you through the entire system step by step. If you want to learn how this works and why it's helped so many of my patients, you can find the link to that presentation right here in the description. But before you go, there's one last thing I need you to hear. You see, over the years, I've watched too many good men fall into the same trap, managing symptoms instead of solving the problem. They keep trying to pee better instead of fixing what's actually causing the blockage. They accept the pain, the urgency, the nights without sleep as just part of getting older. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be that way. You're not broken. Your body isn't failing. It's just been blocked. The real you, the confident, energetic, fully alive version of you, is still there. You just need to free him. And that starts by taking the first step. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Because your life doesn't pause while you wait. Every day you spend managing symptoms is a day you could be living, traveling, sleeping peacefully, laughing without fear of leakage or interruption, feeling like yourself again. So if you're ready to stop living around your bladder and start living life on your terms, then go to the link in the description and watch the free presentation I made for you. It could be the most important 10 minutes you've invested in your health in years. I'll see you there.